Hi, this is Vicki from Grandma Bee's Junk Journals. Thanks for stopping by my channel. Today I am out in my studio and I am going to be die cutting, and so I thought I'd go ahead and turn on the video and bring you along with me just in case you are not familiar with die cutting machines. I just wanted to share mine and the process that I use to create some of the die cuts that I use in my projects. So I am fortunate enough to have 3 of them. You definitely do not need that. I had one for a very long time, then I bought a second one, and then the third one is really special, and that was a gift from a dear friend of mine. And so I'm just going to do a little show and tell. First of all, I'm going to be cutting pieces so that I can create some tags like this or similar to this. So this is 4 different dies that I used, and of course they're different sizes. So I have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then I just layer them up, glue them, and there you go. And the back, I've actually cut 2 of the same. So this is from a file folder, and then the green is from a piece of cardstock. So anyways, those are the pieces that I'm going to be cutting out, and I want to show you the machines that I have. So the first one is the first machine that I got, and that was a Big Shot, and it is heavy. It's great. I love it, but it takes a little strength to use. And I got this from Stampin' Up. They still have this, and I will actually put my link to that in the description in case you want to go check that out. It's great. I've had this, I don't even know, maybe 15 years. I don't know. It's been a long time, and it works great. Works great. The pieces that go with that, I just keep them in this Ziploc pouch so that it's easy for me to grab off my shelf and or take it if I have a craft day someplace. I can just grab it, and very easy to transport. So I'll put that down here. All right, the next one I bought was this little one, and Stampin' Up still has this. I love it. The reason I bought this size was so that when I travel, I can just put that in my craft bag and take it with me in case I want to, cut out some small pieces. It just opens up like this. It works the exact same way as the Big Shot. You put your, I'll go ahead and pull these out. This one, I also have the pieces in a little zipper pouch, and so everything is right in here, and I can pull it out, and here we go. So these are the pieces that you need, and you just sandwich them together, put your paper in there, and run it through. Very simple, really easy to use, folds up nicely. I love it. And it's like if you go camping, I love to take this with me when I go camping, because I just put, a bunch of stuff in a bag, and here we go. Now, the third one is the electric die cut. That is the Sizzix or Sizzix, however you want to pronounce that. So obviously you have to plug it in. It's large, and I'm going to do a little demonstration on that one today. I love it. I probably wouldn't have spent the money on myself because it was pretty pricey, but a friend of mine, she gifted it to me. When she comes over to make cards, I'm a paper crafter, we make junk journals, but we also, I make greeting cards, and I'm a scrapbooker, so I have all of the little things. So when my friends come over and we make cards, I'm the one who's always cranking the die cutting machines and making all of the pieces to the cards, and that's a lot of work. I've had several back surgeries, and let me tell you, my back hurts afterwards. So Faye, her dear heart, she went and she bought me one of these electric machines so that I can continue making them for her, but it won't kill my back. So I love her. I love that she bought this for me, and it's really a gift for all of us because it just makes it so easy. So I will do a little demonstration on that. In case you haven't used it, you can see how it works. And then, you know, maybe you might be interested in buying one of those. I know you can order those from like Amazon or, you know, maybe Hobby Lobby or some of those stores. Before I move over to that machine though, I did want to share with you a couple of ideas on how to store your dies. Now I use this for my stamps and the dies. So I took, I think a year ago, I might even did a video on it, I don't remember, but about a year, we'll say a year, maybe 2, I don't know. But I took a whole week, brought all of my dies, all of my stamps into my kitchen, laid them out everywhere. I've got a huge studio out. I'm sitting in my studio. I love it, but I have so much stuff. It just seems like I never have a large space because I have so many different craft projects going. So anyways, took it all into my kitchen and took me about a week, but I sorted and labeled, packaged all of my dies, all of my stamps. So I got these plastic containers. I'm not for sure if I got them from the Dollar Tree or if I bought them from Amazon. I'm thinking the Dollar Tree. Not for sure on that. But I did order magnetic sheets and these plastic sleeves. So what I did was I put all of my dies that was in a set in here and put them on the magnetic sheet so I can just pull them out. And I labeled them. Now I'm going to give you an example here. So I tried really hard to, I went back on all, like if I bought them from Amazon, I went back through and tried to get the name of the die set or tried to get to the name of the stamp set. And I used my label maker and I put that information here so that if I needed to remember where I got it, if somebody asked me or if I was doing a video, I would have that information right here. And then I put a dot. Now this comes with being a elementary school teacher for over 25 years, okay? Matching this to that. So in my classroom, I would have bins of toys or markers or whatever, supplies. I would always put like a sticker here and a sticker of where it went. So the shelf that it was supposed to go to, I always put a matching dot or a matching tag so that my students would know exactly where to put those things back. So that is what I did here. I put all of my dies or my stamps in the envelope. I labeled it. I put the dot, the color, and then I put that same dot here, and then I typed up all of the different things that were in this tub so that if I have friends over or if I'm having a crafting day out here and I get 15 different envelopes of stuff out, I know where to put it back because I'm not really good about putting things back. But if I can see the green dot goes in the green dot, I can put it back where it belongs. Otherwise, I'm a hot mess. So anyways, that is a great way to organize. If you are trying to organize your crafting space, use the dots, or I've also used little tags. Put the same color tag to where you want it. Maybe it's not a container, maybe it's just on a shelf, or maybe it's in a basket. Label it so that you know exactly where it goes and you don't have to think about where it goes. Believe me, it works. It really works. Now, the other thing that I've done is for my junk journal, either the dies or the stamps. So like if I know I'm making ephemera for junk journals that day, I have a little tub that houses the dies or the stamps that I use all of the time for junk journals, because what was happening is I was getting them mixed up with everything else. And then, I mean, there's only like, these are the ones that I use all the time for my junk journals. But they didn't, I was always having such a hard time finding them when I was sitting here trying to make a tag for a journal. So anyways, I went ahead and I went through my cases, and I just thought, okay, these are the ones that I use all of the time, when I'm collaging, when I'm making tags or whatever. So I just went ahead and put a yellow tag. It says journal and collage. Put them in here. These are the ones that I know. If I'm sitting down here to make a collage, more than likely I'm going to be using one of these sets. So this is going to help me stay organized as well. So another thought, let's see, I'm going to just show you one more basket here. So like this one is holiday and seasons. So like all of my Christmas dies are in here. Again, and actually stamps too. So this one is from Stampin' Up. Cute little houses, right? So it comes with the die set and it comes with the stamp set. Now I've had these for many years. I know that they still have the houses, but these are really fun to use in your junk journaling projects, whether it's, collages, if you want to, maybe you want to cut out some houses and layer them with Christmas trees or with, just fun stuff. But anyways, I guess where I was going was, this is a really good way of keeping your things together. So your holiday or your seasonal dies and stamps together, so you know exactly where they're all at. Label them, put your matching color stickers on there, or you could just use a punch. If you have like a circle punch or a square punch, it doesn't matter. Punch a green one out and, make that instead of stickers. Whatever you have in your stash, use it, and that will help you to stay organized. Now, definitely do not need to use these kind of boxes. You could use baskets or tubs. I've used the little shoebox tubs that, I use those in my classroom for all of my time teaching, and so I had a ton of them left over. I've used those for this kind of organizing as well. You can get them at the Dollar Tree, $1.25, and they make wonderful wonderful ways to organize. So moving on, I'm going to move over to the table that has the big electric die cutting machine, and we're going to cut some out so that I am ready to make some more projects. All right, so I've moved in a different location in my studio. I've got just a little TV tray that I keep this on. So here it is. That's what it looks like. Nice and big. It is heavy. And there's on and off. The power button is here, and you just open the front up like that, and then you have your plates just like you do with your, the smaller machines, and then you just sandwich them all together, and you're gonna, put the paper through. Now this is very large, so I wanted to go ahead and measure it and let you know, just in case you were interested in ordering one of these. So this is about almost 9 inches across and about 13 inches long. So you can fit a lot of dies on this. Now again, I want to cut out some of the pieces so that I can create these tags. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 different layers. But the back layer is actually 2 put together because I glued this paper on to a file folder. So I just cut the file folder down, glued this green on, and then layered it up, okay? So that's what that looks like. So what I've done, I've prepped these ahead of time so I can get through this quickly. So this is one layer, and I've used a little piece of washi tape to hold that die in place so it doesn't move. They always move on me. If I don't use washi tape, it doesn't matter what kind, just something sticky that's not going to rip that paper up, okay? And then here is another layer. And then I'm going to, let's see, oops. I want 2 of these actually, because this is the back. So I'm going to put these 2 together and cut 2 out at a time. And then the third, actually I think that's it, because I need to make 1 more pass through. But I mean, I still probably have a good 3 inches that if you had small dies, you know, little pieces, you could fill this up as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. So that's all I'm going to put, but just for this swipe through. But there's still plenty of room on this plate if you wanted to add more dies. And then, so I've sandwiched it, and I'm going to put it here, and then it's going to pull it through. And then that's it. I'm not touching it, but it comes through the other end, or the other side. And it takes just a minute. I mean, it's a little bit noisy, but it's fine, believe me. I'm not doing any work, so I can take a little bit of noise. And then you want to make sure you slide it off. Don't just pull it, otherwise they're static and it kind of is sticky. So that's it. And be careful so you don't tear anything with that washi tape. And then that's it. So there's one lovely piece, and I'm using, it's Echo Park 6x6 pad, and it's double-sided. So I have the option of using either side. So that's lovely. And then I have a tendency of misplacing these. So if I don't put it either right on top or slide it back in my envelope, I will still be looking for it in 3 days, because it just like, it gets lost. And let's see if it made it all the way through. Look at that. So it cut my file folder and the piece of paper, which was double-sided. It was from that 6x6 paper pad. And so there you go. And so what I'll do, and I could have definitely did this before I cut, I just didn't. But I'll just glue this right to it. And then, so far we've got this and we've got that. All right, so now I'm gonna put this little piece back in my envelope so it doesn't get lost. And then I'm gonna go ahead and, let's see, I have a book page that I just want this little girl here from the Dick and Jane book. I put a piece of washi, and then I want some book pages to use as a background. I've layered 4. Yes, 4. I don't really know how many. I haven't like pushed it. I haven't tried it to see how many it will cut. I'm assuming it's going to cut out 4. But anyway, so there you go. Now, there are there's a lot of room here. I could have trimmed those down like the size of the die, and then that would have opened a lot of room on that plate. But I didn't, because I don't need it for this, you know, to show you this example. So again, I've sandwiched it together. I'm putting it here, and it's going to automatically pull it through. And that's it. It comes through the machine. Sometimes you'll hear it crinkle and crackle and all of that business, but it's fine. That's what they do. And then that's it. And then I'm going to slide this off. You want to make sure you slide it. And what do we have here? Okay. No problem. 4 layers of paper. I will have to give that a try and see how many pieces I can actually put through there, just to see. All right. Okay, and then I have my 4 background pieces. So I needed 1 of these per tag. So it will take no time at all to get multiple projects all set up. Again, I'm going to stick it right back in my envelope, because I know what happens if I don't. And then let's take a look at the little girl. And she is, of course, adorable. This washi tape is, I obviously chose the wrong kind. This is, it's very sticky. So I guess you have to be careful and choose the washi tape that isn't sticky. So anyways, there's the little girl. And then I will, let me sandwich it together real quick just to give you an idea. So there you go. That was, I mean, that only took a second to do that, you know, and then all I have to do is glue it together. And with this little one, I added some flowers and a lace tab at the top, and that's it. I did ink around the edge, but how cute is that, right? Now I am going to give you one more little sample project here. This is a book page from a children's book, and this die is a little file folder die, okay? So I wanted to just see what this would look like. So what I'm going to do is put it on here, because this is going to be the front where the bird is. That will be the front, and then this will fold up. So I'm going to run that through just real quick. I just want to kind of see what it's going to look like and then show you what it will look like. And I know a lot of people that watch my videos are junk journalers, and these file folders that I make from this die, they make great pockets on pages or on the inside covers. So if you don't have this die, I think I got it from Amazon, and it's just a file folder die, and I love it. So I might, I'm not for sure, but I might actually glue this one on a file folder just to make it more sturdy. Yeah, I probably will. But okay, so this is what it looks like. And then I'm gonna, because it scores it right in the middle, and I'm going to fold it up on that score line. And so this is the one side of the file folder. This is the back side. And then what you do is you glue this end, and you leave the top open, and it makes a great little pocket. You can clip it into a page, and it's a super cute. I mean, there's so many different things that you can do it. And actually, I don't think I will. It's really sturdy enough for just a little pocket. But if you were going to, like, if it was going to stand alone as just a project, you might want to back your paper onto a file folder first. But anyways, so, and actually the inside, you know, you could do it this way as well. But, so this is actually the front, so maybe you could do some writing. Maybe I'll write something here, and then that's just a super cute one. But I basically did that just to show you how this die works. This is a super fun die to use. I don't buy expensive dies, so I know it wasn't very expensive, but they're great to use. I have put them in lots of journals. I put them in lots of Happy Mail, lots of gift sacks that go with my journals when I sell them. So if you're a creator, that's a good one. That's a good one. So anyways, if you were on the fence or you just wanted to know what this machine was like, there you go. I hope that was a good example for you, and thank you very much for coming along with me. And if you could like and subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thanks. Bye-bye.